Here, if you want to just, maybe you can read through here, just from top to bottom. And then.
Okay. So noun adjective based sentence. الجملة الاسمية. العلم no العلم نور. And then العلم is مبتدأ اسم مرفوع.
Yes.
And it's مرفوع because it has a dhamma at the end of علم. علمه.
Yes.
And then the next part is نور, and this is a خبر اسم مرفوع. Again, because there's two dhammas at the end, it's مرفوع. And العلم, so they're both nouns. علم, نور.
Yes.
But okay, it's a noun and an adjective. So العلم is a noun, but نور is an adjective. So that's why they're both isms. And then علم is a subject because, and then the nur is an object that this kind of. I'm trying to understand why nur is also an object, because
It's basically
because it's something.
If we were to translate this to English, how would you translate this? Ilm being knowledge and nur being light.
Knowledge is light.
Yes. And so in English, the subject would be knowledge, then is would be a verb, and then nur would be the object. But in Arabic, in these noun-based sentences, we don't put the verb for these noun-based sentences. It's just, you just say the beginning part and the second part, and the verb is dropped. There's no drop. There's no.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why we're using these words, but you could call it however you want. I mean, we're using the term subject and object. I think that's what I pulled from the internet. But we could just call it the beginning and the news. I mean, it doesn't matter. All that matters. I mean, we could call this. We could change it if we want. We could call this like the. Oops.
I think subject makes more sense.
Yeah.
But in Arabic, it's the beginning word or something?
Yeah, it's mubtada. Mubtada is like from bidaya.
And then khabar describes whatever the mubtada was.
Yeah, it's khabar.
Khabar. Not khabar, khabar. Okay.
Yeah, and then, all right, let's go to this next one. Assalamu alaikum, Sis Farida. Do you want to read one of these slides, or do you want to just kind of passively do it or something?
Yeah, I can watch and learn until I catch up all the previous lessons. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, no.
Apologies for missing out.
Thanks for joining. No, I know you're busy and stuff, so. All right, go ahead, Ishra, if you want to read this.
Okay. Okay, so a verb-based sentence. الجملة الفعلية.
Yes.
أكل الذئب الخروف.
Yes.
الخروف.
Yes.
Okay. So أكل or أكل, this is a فعل ماضي because it's in the past tense. أكل, and it's a verb. And then الذئب is فاعل. It's the subject. It's doing the eating. It's also اسم مرفوع because it's مرفوع because it has a dhamma at the end, and it's اسم because it is the item that's doing the action. Wait, yes.
Doing the action is ism because that's the type of word it is. Okay,
it's also okay.
In these three things that's happening here, like we have basically the fa'al right here is kind of its role in the sentence. Ism is the type of word it is, and then marfu is its state. So it's kind of like, what are you doing in the sentence? What's your relationship? What type of word are you? And then what is your state? That's what's happening there. But yeah. All right. Kharuf.
Yes, got you. الخروف.
Yeah.
الخروف. Okay, this is مفعول به, and that's because it is it's like the direct object. It's
Yes.
and then it's isim because kharuf would be counted as, like you said, a noun. And then it's in the mansub form because I just put everything that ends with a fatha as mansub.
Yeah.
Is
That's how it
basically.
is for change. But yes.
Or if it ends in ina.
Yes.
So fatha and ina.
So like when it comes like that's right, but like for example, like we haven't done this yet, but for example, muslimat, it would be muslimati.
What is the word that you just said?
Muslimat.
Oh, muslimat.
Plural,
Okay.
or mu'minat or salihat. So in those things, or it could be sayarat, like cars, sayarat. All those are called jam'a muannath salim. It's no problem. So in those situations, the at will it ends with the kasra. It's different depending on the word type, but we're going to cover that later on.
So if it usually ends in a fatha or a kasra, it's usually mansub. But if it ends in two dammas or a damma, it's marfu'. Is generally.
Yeah, it could be, or it could end in a fatha. It could end in a fatha. For example, it's muslimuna. So if it was like akala muslimuna, then the word would end with the fatha, and it's a waw, noon, fatha. But we'll cover some of those right now. For what we're doing right now, it's the dhamma for now. So let's just stick to that.
Okay.
All right. Yashtadul bardu.
Okay. Again, we're doing a verb-based sentence. الجملة الفعلية يشتد البرد. Did I say that right? يشتد
Yashtadul bardu.
يشتد البرد. So يشتد.
Yashtadu.
يشتد.
I should have put this.
This is a verb. It's فعل. And then in the مضارع tense, it's the present tense. يشتد.
How do we know?
يشتد.
What's one of the signs that it's a mudari'?
That it begins with ya?
Yes. Alif, ya, noon, ta, those beginning is a clue, but not always, because some verbs in the past tense do begin with those. All right. Al-bardu.
Al-bardu, it's the fa'il. يشتد البرد because it is kind of, it's even though it's not a person, it's an item, it is doing the verb.
Yes.
It's isim because it's a noun. El-bard means the cold.
Yes.
And again, it's marfu. I think the only reason I knew it was marfu is because in your example or in the homework you actually put a dhamma at the end. But it's not, there's no dhamma here.
Yeah, I had it up here. I guess I didn't have it down here. I should have it in both places.
Because I don't think I would have known that if you hadn't put it in the example.
Let's see if I can do this. All right, let's just go to the next one here. I need next time I'll try to include the translation of the words too, and then I'll do a better job with the tashkil.
Okay. Okay, again, it's another example of a jumla fa'liya, a verb-based sentence. اكتب الوظيفة. اكتب الوظيفة. اكتب means write, and this is in the command tense. So اكتب, it's a verb, فعل, and it's in the command tense أمر because it's ordering somebody to write. فاعل. Okay, so then I guess this is for الوظيفة. Oh, okay, so the second sentence is for you, even though you didn't write it over here on the implied you, because it's implying اكتب implies that you need to write. It's so that means that you, or the implied you, is a فاعل.
Yes.
And it's a
ضمير مستتر.
yeah, thank you. ضمير مستتر. مستتر. تقديره.
تقديره أنت. So right, yeah, you imply pronoun subject, yes.
ضمير مستتر.
مستتر تقديره أنت.
أنت. Okay. So for any of the subjects like أنتِ, أنت, it's gonna always say ضمير مستتر. Like it's that sentence that we've put in. That's what it is.
Yep.
And then we put in quotation marks أنتِ, أنت, أنا.
You don't have to. I guess I don't know why I put in quotes.
For further elaboration, right?
Yeah, it's just like, this is what it's implying.
Okay.
So if it would have been اكتبوا الوظيفة, then it would have been فعل مضارع مستتر تقديره اكتبوا الوظيفة تقديره
أنتم.
أنتم, exactly.
Okay.
الوظيفة.
الوظيفة. This is مرفوع به because I'm sorry, مفعول به, my bad. And then it's an ism because it's a noun. And then it's in the mansub state because it ends in a fatha at the end.
Yeah.
And also the ta.
It's because it's in the mansub state, that's what's resulting in this word ending in a fatha.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just kind of a little bit nuanced. But let's go ahead. That was good. All right, let's go to this. Let me find.
Thank you for making this PowerPoint or these slides because they were very helpful.
Let me find this thing.
But I know it's more work for you, so I appreciate
No, it's cool.
Effort.
It's good, but yeah, I'll try to make them better every time or improve on it. Let's see here. There you go. Let's go here. All right. All right. So why don't we, similar to what we did here in terms of like to break down the words and how we broke down the grammar, let's do that right here. قل هو الله أحد.
Okay. You want me to break it down right now? Like.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's do قل.
Okay. قل would be فعل. قل okay, so it's not مرفوع منصوب because I don't. That's all I can think of. Oh, and ism? Oh, no.
So
I don't know. مبتدأ.
no, for قل,
All I can think of is فعل.
it's fa'al, and then when we do fa'al, then we have to categorize the type of fa'al. What type of fa'al is it?
Okay, let me pull up the.
Or what are our options? Without pulling anything out, just pull up what are the options for qul? Or what are the options for fa'al? What do we know?
For verbs.
Yes, and what are our options? It's either going to be
the past tense or the present tense, right? مضارع or ماضي. So
or
this or amr. Oh, so it's amr.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's amr.
so we just
Yes.
say fi'l amr. That's correct.
That's it, right? فعل amr. You
Yes.
can't, and not مرفوع منصوب, right? For verbs, it's usually just two ways to categorize it.
Yeah, all we do for the verbs, we just say madi, mudare, or amr.
Okay.
And then what's next?
For the next word or for could? I thought we were done with could.
That's what we had. We're almost.
There's one more?
Yeah, there's a little bit more. So this one in qul, it's fi'l amr, and then the fa'il.
Okay, so you want to do the implied. Well, there's.
So yeah, so
Okay,
it's
the
fa'il.
implied. Then it would be the let me get the.
فعل ضمير مستتر تقديره
Yes.
أنت.
Enta, yes.
Yeah. All right. So then here what's happening, this particular sentence, we haven't covered this yet. But basically there's the jumla fi'aliyya and there's the jumla ismiyya. And then and then those are the two bases, and then you can have combination thereof. So you can start with a jumla ismiyya and then include a jumla fi'aliyya within it, or vice versa. You could start, so here it's a jumla fi'aliyya starting, and then there's a jumla ismiyya within it, and that's Huwa Allahu Samad. But let's just go to line number 2, Allahu Samad.
Okay. So Allahu would be could it be a fa'il? No, this one. Let me pull up my the examples.
Well, okay. So maybe the logic we could go is like we start and then we look at and then we categorize into either jumla fi'aliyya or jumla ismiyya. If we go in the jumla fi'aliyya path, then after that we're going to try to identify the fa'al, and if there is a maf'ul bihi.
Okay.
If we're going the jumla path, then that has the same construction in all the situations for the most part, for the most basic one. And this is a very basic one because it's only 2 words.
So would it be jumla ismiyya?
Yes.
And then Allahu would be mubtada, because this is mubtada and ism.
And then it's also the state.
Oh, and then Allahu marfu'an. Marfu'.
Yeah. Yes. And then as-samad.
As-samad, again, this would be khabar.
Yes.
Samad, and then ism. And Samad. Let me see the ending. Samad is marfu'.
Yeah.
It would be also
so
marfu'.
Yeah, in all the situations, we're always going to include as part of it what is a word category. So it's either we're always going to say something about it. It's either going to be it's either going to be a fa'il, ism, or harf. And so here, lam yalid wa lam yulad, the wa right there in line 3. that is a
حرف.
that's yeah. Let me see here.
And then also the lam, would that also count as a harf?
Yes, it would be. Yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention that. So, all right. So let's go here. Let's just go to let's go to some. All right. So let's just do right here. أعوذ برب الفلق. And then maybe we might stop there.
Okay. So قل, this is a, let me pull it up
We can-
real quick.
Don't even do quote. Just go to أعوذ.
Oh,
Just do
okay.
أعوذ.
So, okay. أعوذ برب الناس. قل.
Just أعوذ. أعوذ.
Oh.
Let's just
Oh.
yeah.
So because this is like kind of like it's does it count, like do you still break it down, or do you, because it's almost like it's telling you what to say, so does that just count as one chunk?
Yeah. So the أعوذ برب الفلق all the way. So the way this is what's happening here is all of this is within itself. It's like mathematically it'd be like in parentheses.
Yeah.
And that the you know, in math we say the quantity of like whatever's in the parentheses. Like you'd say like, you know, 5 times the quantity of 1 plus 6 or something like that. So the 1, 6. So anyway, so these things right here, they're in parentheses. All of them together, that parentheses, this package is the maf'ul bihi. It's like, so I'm saying qul, or here it says qul, right? And so qul would be fi'l amr. الفاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره أنت. And then the jumla أعوذ برب الفلق all the way to the end, إذا حسد. That jumla, that sentence, is the maf'ul bihi of قل أعوذ برب الفلق, right? And then أعوذ برب الفلق within the parentheses. Now we will look at the grammar within the parentheses. So it's kind of like that's what's happening, and overall. But let's just only look at أعوذ right now. I just wanted to get a film about it.
Yes. Okay. So it is أعوذ would be a fi'l, and it's in the, like you said, mudari', in the present tense.
Yes.
And then it's a marfu' because it ends in dhamma.
We don't
We don't do the condition for the verbs.
Yeah, so if we look here, it's fi'l amr. If we look at these examples, we do fi'l madi, fi'l mudari', fi'l amr. We don't do, yeah.
Okay. And then birab, B would be,
Let's just أعوذ a little bit more for أعوذ. Just one more thing for أعوذ.
oh, there's
So
more.
it says, and then
Oh, the implied
yeah, but then it'd be فاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره.
أنت. For
No.
أنت.
Nope.
You say I.
Yes, أنا.
I. And yes,
أنا. Yeah, and we know that also from the L8 Hamza thing here. All right, let's do one last one. خلق.
Okay, من شر ما خلق. Okay, خلق is فعل, right?
Mm-hmm.
فعل, خلق, it's in the past tense, so that would be ماضي. And
Yes.
then and you said for verbs we don't do the مرفوع or منصوب.
No, that's
And
the
then,
state version. And then yeah, it
that's it.
would also be that the تقديره
It's also
أفعال.
implied. There's خلق. So من شر ما خلق. That would be in reference to Allah.
Yes.
So
And
what is the
but it's the fa'al, we'd say it's huwa, and then that huwa is a reference to Rabbi. Who is huwa? He is Rabbil Falaq, the Lord of the day. All right. Maybe Sister Farida will give you a couple also here. Sister Farida, what is min?
I seem a bit lost, but
Min means from.
min
What is
means
that?
from.
What
Okay.
would be the categorization of the word? The options are ism, fa'al, or harf.
Okay, just a second. Let me write because this is what I wanted to ask you later, I guess. So the categories that the first word should be is what again? Sorry.
It can either be ism, which is a noun or
Okay.
adjective,
Okay.
fa'al, which is a verb, or harf,
Right.
which is typically a preposition, but it could be other things also.
Oh, preposition. Adjective is what again? Is file, yeah. No, file is
It will be part of ism. The ism is noun and adjectives in Arabic,
oh,
and yeah. So here the word is min, from. So it's either going to be harf, fa'al, verb, or harf, which is like this prepositional thing, but it's not necessarily a preposition. A harf
so
is
it's
everything that.
okay. So okay, so let's say eliminate. It's not a noun,
Okay.
right? And it's not a preposition.
It is a preposition.
It is a preposition.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay,
All
so
right.
that's harf then.
What about shar?
Okay. Shar is evil. Okay. Evil. Oh, evil. Would that be a verb? What's okay? I have to revise my English lessons, I guess. So what's an adjective? What's an adjective? Is that defining the word?
The adjective is a description. So the noun and adjective both in Arabic, they're going to be ism.
So okay, both adjective. That would be like a description of, like generally in general, I guess in English, an adjective would be
describing a noun, like red car or happy
yeah,
baby.
right. So describing the noun. Okay, yeah. So just a second. Okay, so this. So this would account for as a ism then?
Yes, very good, ism.
Okay.
So
Describing.
and then these other words here, wa, min, ida, bi, wa min, ida. This ba right here for bira,
Oh, birobi. Okay.
yeah. Those are all ahruf, which is a plural for harf. And essentially the harf in Arabic is everything, all these words that are kind of like connectors or tools used by the ism and the fa'al. Many times they're prepositions, but not always. Like wa which means and. It's used to connect the other words. It's used to connect the nouns, adjectives, and verbs. That's what these. So same thing with that. That's how they do it there. They just have those three categories. So I think we did.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
No. Your question, right?
So I guess in general, and you would know these to identify the connectors then, like you pointed out so easily. Like eventually, I guess you would know what these are.
Yeah, you'll start seeing them because they're on replay. So you'll see a lot of them. You're right. Like min, every time it's going to be a house. This ma, well, min should be ma. This one's actually, that's different. That's ism also. That's an ism. But
what's an ism? Sorry, could you repeat that again? What is ism?
Ma can be different in different situations.
Okay.
In this particular ism, it's called ism mosul, and we'll cover that later. But either, for example, these ones, min, wa, either, fi, they're always going to be harf.
So what's the meaning of iza? Iza is I'm from the evil of? No.
Here,
gathers.
What,
and from the
so
evil.
what means, yeah, so
it
gathers. And from the evil of the darkness, philosophic is darkness, as it gathers.
Okay.
This is like as
it gathers. So that's the connector between. So what would gathers mean? Like what's the category of gathers? The word.
That would be a verb. That's an action.
Gathers would be a verb. Okay.
Yeah.
Darkness. Now darkness is that would be a noun is.
Yes.
Okay. So min, min, okay, now identify that min, that would be again from, so that's a preposition.
Yeah, yes. And then exactly. And if we go here also, this is always a good tool to use. If we go here to yeah. So when we click here, this website will always give us some breakdowns.
Oh yeah,
so here,
yes.
So here it's just, so here put conjunction, but which is true, but it's going to be a hub because that's only category we have option, and then shub here they put C and for noun ism or Vasifin ism majrur.
This is where I can know what each thing is. Yeah, this one was really good. I remember using this again.
When this is a time adverb dark to the man, but it's also hub. Because it has to be ism, fail, or harf. Like those are the only options. Darf is the type, and then either waqab, it spreads. Here they put it in present tense because that's how we would do it. But in Arabi, it would have been spread, like past tense. Fail madi. So this is a good website. I was just talking to Imam Faqih earlier this week, and we were talking about this website because he has like a student that's trying to study some of the grammatical stuff, and I recommended this website. There's also another good app out there for a phone app. It's called it's just called Surah.
What's
I've seen very good phone app to just go through everything that you see here on the Quran. It's just a phone app. You can also just pull this up on your phone, on your Chrome or Safari or whatever web browser you're using. But this is a good tool for those things. But
this is the Quran corpus, right? Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So I think what we'll do is Sister Farida, Sister Insha, she's heading out of town next week. If you want, let me know, and then we can cover some of the previous lessons or any questions and stuff you have next week. She's going to be out and we'll just update the WhatsApp and let me know what you want to do, and then
Oh, okay, wonderful. Yeah, if you don't mind,
yeah,
yeah, I
course.
can and go back and
Yeah,
obviously since I missed the past 5 lessons, so
yeah, no,
if you don't
yeah,
mind, yeah, I would really appreciate
of course,
that.
yeah, of
Okay,
course,
thank you so much. Yeah.
yeah. All right, we'll stop here then, and then
Okay, perfect.
and no homeworks, and this is free though. Whatever lesson you were at previously, you can maybe, if you want to do the activities or homework assignment for that,
Yes.
I'll review.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll work on those homeworks, and then if I have any questions, we can discuss them if you don't mind.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
You're not going to do
Yeah, thank you
any
so much.
you're not going to do any homework for this week?
I figured like so you're going to be out of town. We can just resume it when you come back.
Okay. That's fine. Whatever you
But
prefer.
I don't want you to do it while you're on vacation. So
I mean, I have a week before I go. I don't mind doing homework, and I don't mind if you
all right,
want to give like.
yeah, I'll send something then. I'll send something, inshallah.
Okay, that'll be good. And then
All right.
inshallah we come back on so I'll come back on that Sunday, the 20th of August. But we come back kind of late that day. So I think the next time will be September 3rd. September 3rd, I think. No, 27th, I'm sorry. August 27th.
Yeah. 27, and then so if you want, sister, or either I think we'll have the next 3 Sundays. If you want, we can cover everything those other lessons.
Okay.
And then
yeah,
I think you'll be on basically caught up.
okay, yeah, that would be awesome if you don't mind repeating.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, I
of
appreciate
course.
it. Thank you so much.
Maybe you can
Yeah,
encourage other people to join because you're going to be doing review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, where are all the boys?
Yeah.
The boys are slacking.
Yeah, that's how it always is when it comes to everything Islamic, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because it's you're going to do like review for a few weeks, so wouldn't it hurt for them to join or to get a reminder to join? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, thank you for today's class. It was a lot of clarifications.
All right, good deal.
And one last question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Are there more categories of sentences, or is this about going to be it? Like, does it get more complicated than this?
These are all the fundamental blocks, and
But you're going to start having more verb tenses. We only do 2 now, I have 3.
there's a couple anomalies out there, and we'll cover them later. Actually, the grammar on those are kind of tough, but the wording itself is simple. It's just the breakdown is tough. I'd actually have to look it up. I don't remember it. Not to say that I know all that stuff, but they're tougher. Like one of them is like it goes on the ma ajmal haditha, and the other one is asmi' bihi, for example, or ajmid bihi. So those particular ones, but they fall into these categories too. They're just the format is a little bit unique, but they always fall into those forms. That's how the Arabs spoke at that time. So, but they fall into two buckets. They're going to either be a jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya, and then everything is a combination, is either going to be one of those two things or a combination thereof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Samir.
Okay, thanks everybody. All right.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.